All right, this is Samurai Mersha. This is my third speech, and these are my audience. Hello, guys. Okay, now I'm gonna hand the camera over. You guys ready? Yeah. Okay. Today I'm gonna talk about medication errors. Uh, First, I'll just define what medication error is. Medication error is a breakdown or failure at any point in the medication administration process. There is various sequences of events that must take place in order for a medication to be prescribed and used appropriately by a patient. So a medication error could happen in prescribing the drug, ordering the drug, dispensing it, giving it, and also monitoring the drug once it's administered. Now I'll just give you some statistics. Approximately 1.5 million people are harmed by medication errors in America every year. That is 1.5 million people every year. The additional cost of treating drug-related injuries alone amount to $3.5 billion dollars every year. So it's projected that on average there's at least one medication error per hospital per patient per day. Those are significant statistics. There are different types of errors. Prescribing errors. This includes the wrong dose, wrong medication, wrong patient, wrong dose, and wrong indication. One of the main factors is insufficient patient information when prescribing the medication, and that's usually because doctors don't have enough time to know enough information about a patient. On average, a doctor spends about 7 minutes with a patient, so they don't have enough information they don't have enough time to gather information about the patient. So let's say let's say you were, for example, allergic to morphine, but the doctor will prescribe it to you because he doesn't have enough information about you. And so, again, one of the main factors is insufficient patient information. The other one is handwriting that cannot be read, inappropriate use of decimal points. Another statistic is in 90,000 malpractice claims filed over a 7-year period, claims of medication errors related to misinterpreted prescription ranked second in prevalence and expense. So that is a lot. And that can easily be avoided if we used computerized physician orders, and that is when the physicians enter the prescription in the computer, so that eliminates the whole handwriting issue. Administration errors, that's accurate demographic information is crucial for correctly administrating medication. So the more information we gather about a patient, the less likely it is that we make medication errors. Another one is high nurse-to-patient ratio. For example, if I'm assigned 7 patients, it's more likely that I'll make a mistake because I just have a lot of patients. So looking at the statistics, it's very plausible that for each additional patient assigned to an RN, the likelihood of death is increased by 7%. Again, that's very significant. So if we could decrease the nurse-to-patient ratio, we can in turn decrease the medication errors. Dispensing errors, that's drug packaging, labeling, and classifying. That is done usually in the pharmacy. So if whoever is packing the medication puts the wrong label on the medication, there's no way that we would catch the error when we're giving it to a patient, because we're just going to believe that that medication is the medication that's written on there. Obviously not all medication errors result in death, but about 7,000 Americans die each year due to medication errors. The risk factors, IV medications are highly associated with fatal outcomes, and children are 3 times more likely to suffer from death from each medication error. So children are at risk, and any patient that's on IV medication is also at increased risk. The solution is we have something called the 5 rights, and that is checking that it's the right patient, the right drug, the right dose, the right time, and the right route. If we do that every single time we administer a medication, if we actually make sure that if we actually follow the 5 rights, we can decrease medication errors. Again, I talked about computerized physician order entries. That also completely eliminates medication errors that arise from bad handwriting. Another thing we have is a barcode medication administration system, that is when a nurse administers medication to a patient, there's a barcode on the patient and also on the medication. So she or he scans the barcode located on the wrist and also on the medication to make sure that it's the right patient. If the medication is wrong, the system will indicate that an error has been made. So the nurse will not proceed to give the medication. That reduces medication errors by 86%. So that's a lot, by decreasing it by 86%. In conclusion, if we can save a fraction percentage of these lives by implementing highly effective methods to all hospitals and healthcare facilities, we should go ahead and do that, whatever the cost is, because it saves lives. It should no longer be a choice to use old, ineffective ways. The effective methods and systems should be implemented in a mandatory manner nationwide because it saves lives. It shouldn't be an option to stick to old ways. And that is it. That's my speech. Thank you for listening to me.
Thank you.
All right.